Again, it was back to that committee. And you know, it's funny, when we first started with we called them our ITAC committee, our Instructional Technology Advisory Committee. We brought together 34 folks to help us make that decision. And it was amusing in the first meeting because a couple of folks came in with, you know, the brochures of the things that they wanted us to buy, and, you know, a checklist of things they wanted in their classroom. We're like, we're not going to start there. We're really going to start with, what do we envision for our school? So we spent a lot of time first looking at what we have. You know, a lot of folks weren't even aware of just kind of they may have known their own school or their own classroom, but they didn't realize the extent of even what was available in the district. So we gave them lots of data, lots of charts, lots of spreadsheets of, you know, where are we and what do we have and how old is it and how is it being used. From there, we moved into the expectations and commitments that we have in terms of our curriculum, in terms of the expectations that schools set, in terms of their focuses, and then we moved into the actions and attributes. So deciding on a device for us was really first, let's talk about what we want to have happen, and what we actually have to make that happen now, and then talk about where we should go. And you know, the other piece of that, I think, for us that was really important is we gave our committee a plethora of devices to look at. You name it, and we probably had some of them available. We narrowed it down to Chrome, to a Chromebook, and to iPads. And what we did to kind of determine, because both of them had, you know, pros and cons. There were great benefits to both devices, but also some limitations. And so we gave one of those devices to each of our committee members to use for about 6 weeks, maybe a little longer than that. And we gave them a series of tasks. And we said, take both devices. Let's look at our curriculum. Let's look at some expectations that we have from our curriculum. For example, both devices need to support the creation of multimedia. That is actually, you know, a common core expectation. How does that look on the Chromebook? And how does that look on the iPad? So we gave them kind of a sample lesson that you might go through with your students in areas of data collection, so that they use spreadsheets in terms of multimedia creation, in terms of reading and writing. And then ask them to do both and give us feedback. And so with that data, we came back as a committee and said, what do we see in both of these devices? What are the benefits and drawbacks of each? And from there made the decision to move forward with the iPad.